Hello, everybody, and welcome to session 15B. 15B, the second half of session 15. We just saw what happened when the group got separated and Forrest found himself with Frankie from the Athenaeum campaign, the previous campaign from before. But now we're going to go see what happens when Gabriel ends up in the world of horror with Tori. Welcome back, Emily.
Hi,
So good to see you.
it's good to see you too. I missed you guys. It's good to be back.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you. Yeah, let's just dive right into it. So we're gonna do our warm-ups. For the warm-ups, I'm going to ask Emily to share with us what exactly has been going on with Tori and friends in the last year or so, just to get us caught up.
Sure.
And my second question for Gabriel will be if Kyle could choose any other world other than Tori's world for Gabe to end up in, which world would it be and why?
For the last year, Tori, well, as any typical teenager, finished high school. um, she's back to her normal self in her own body again. So she's, yeah, experiencing the normal teenage life. And then she ends up going off to college to study business at Harvard, of
At
course.
Harvard, of course. Yes.
um, and so I would say at this point in time, she's probably finished a semester of business school, and she's just home, back in her own world for, uh, the break. Her sister Carmen continues to be doing really well with the business with the Phantom Smashers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she probably has her own little apartment on her
Okay.
own that her and Gregor can
Yeah.
hang out at whenever Gregor visits. I think he did
Yeah.
eventually end up moving
He
in.
did.
Um,
Gregor, if
so,
Gregor, if people aren't aware, he is a character from Black Powder's world, which is the pirate fantasy world. So he is a ex-pirate who got very enamored by Carmen, Tori's stepsister, and that's where he's living now. My other question for you then is: did Carmen herself end up going to college, or did she just did the business, the ghost smashing, phantom smashing business full
ooh,
on?
that's a good question. I think because business was so successful, she probably skipped
Yeah,
school altogether and just went straight into
I think she's
business.
making. Yeah,
She doesn't need it.
in your world, I definitely see business booming. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like it's like if you opened
Uh,
up a stop shop like that in the Hellmouth, in like Buffy's
yes,
Hellmouth, that would definitely be. Yeah.
they're never short of business for sure. There's always something weird going on. And then for Tori, things are still going pretty strong with the Helix situation, Henry and
Mm-hmm.
Felix.
Yep.
So she probably, when she wasn't busy with school, would hop over to Frankie's world and spend time with them,
Yep.
and they would come over, vice versa.
Yep.
Um, doesn't come without its challenges of navigating this really, unusual relationship for them, but they've been working through it, and it seems to be going stronger than ever.
Great. Happy to hear that. All right. Gabriel, the answer to your question.
I think it'd be Frankie's world because Frankie's world has all the technology and Gabe likes tech and magic. So it'd either
Mm-hmm.
be Gabe's, it would be either Frankie's or SARS. And the reason why I went with Frankie's is that. And also, if we go to the Frankie's world, you get to see Gabriel when he's like 18, which is not
Mm-hmm.
too different because Gabriel's race, like their aging slows down when they get older. So even though he's like 35, he's probably more like in his later 20s in terms of like actual because Asmars live until like they're 160.
Mm-hmm.
But I also found it would be really fun if like somehow he got there with his kids, so his kids would be like still 17, and then they would see his
Mm,
dad as like an 80-year-old. He'd
that would
be
be
like,
funny.
"What's up, dude?"
That would be funny.
But yeah, so
Okay.
Frankie's World.
Okay. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
Do I?
But we're gonna do the cards. Yes, 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 yes. I know. So Kyle's gonna draw a card and see what he gets.
I'm praying it's none of the negatives for this session. I don't need it.
I mean, it'd be
I
fitting if you
haven't
got
seen
the
this before, so I used to draw a card every time.
Yeah, from the Arcana, from the tarot deck. It'd be fitting if it was death. Is it death?
No, it is
Oh.
judgment.
Judgment. And then one thing that I have mentioned before is that whenever characters end up in these different storybook worlds, they transform typically to match the theme or the vibe of the world itself. In Tori's case, they basically take on one of the many numerous horror genre tropes, character tropes. And I asked Kyle to pick out which trope he wanted his character to have. So what's your character trope?
The supernatural proof father. So it is the trope that the father is the last one to ever experience any of the supernaturals ever. So everyone just kind of looks crazy. So I've been thinking about how that's going to work because Gabe knows magic exists. So I'm just trying to think how that's going to play into being like,
yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many scary movies where the parents are like, no, there's nothing wrong. You kids are crazy. So it makes a lot of sense.
Gabriel, the last thing you remembered is you were falling. You got separated from your group and you ended up inside a giant book, or at least it looked like you were about to crash into a giant book. And eventually, after everything goes black, you will start to regain consciousness. You're not really sure if you actually were unconscious for a bit, and even if you were, you're not really sure for how long. But you will find yourself well, the first thing that you'll notice before you even open your eyes is you can smell a relatively pleasant, unless you're allergic, the relatively pleasant smell of freshly cut grass.
What the hell? And I actually now feel like I'm in my physical body. Like
Yes. Why don't you describe to the viewers what Gabriel looks like now?
So I assume his lab coat and shorts are kind of gone, and now I assume replace that is an actual suit. So like an actual like you would see in a horror movie, like a father just has like a regular and his halo is now gone. But I assume he's relatively kind of the same, it's just that all the angelic features are now gone, and now his outfit looks like he's like a working dad.
Yes. You still have a high charisma, so you're
I'm still hot.
Very, very attractive. You're still hot.
I'll also say this: he's no longer blonde. He now just more looks like has black hair like his dad.
Okay.
So almost now he's not has the celestial stuff. He's just
okay. Does he look the same age?
Yeah, he looks about 35.
Same age, 35. All right. So you are, you're just kind of gathering data with your senses, like what the heck is going on. You smell the freshly cut grass. You open your eyes, and you find yourself. I don't know if Gabe is claustrophobic by any stretch of the imagination, but you find yourself in between a bunch of hedges. Out of character, you're in the middle of a giant hedge maze.
What the hell? I kind of try to push out. And
yeah, I mean, are you gonna try to push separate the hedge?
Yeah, because I assume I'm in between them, right?
Yeah. Roll a I guess acrobatics or dexterity.
9, no.
9. Okay. You start to try to separate the shrubbery as much as you can, but then you wince a little bit because you realize that this shrubbery is actually full of sharp thorns and brambles, and you start to bleed a bit. And so you figure you might try to continue, but that's probably not the smartest thing to do.
I try to summon my wings, but I assume
no,
they don't. I'm like, and I try to touch healing hands on myself. Nothing. I'm like, what the hell? Why am I in a suit? Hello? And you just kind of just yell out.
You'll yell out hello, and the strange thing is that leading up to this point, everything sound wise was normal. You heard birds chirping. It's the middle of the day. You heard birds chirping. Maybe you heard kids playing out in the street somewhere. You hear cars passing by. But as soon as you say hello, dead silence. And then the only next sound that you hear is the sound of wings fluttering as birds start to fly away. And then it's just dead silence.
Hello.
As you say hello, you start to hear music. It's that off-key, like, kind of, I wouldn't say nails on a chalkboard kind of sound, but it's definitely like an off-putting, janky melody. Almost as if like people are just randomly playing on a piano without any rhyme or reason to it.
What? It's one of those terrible horror movies.
Okay.
Is there another way for Gabe to get out? I assume now he's trying to get out or
roll a perception hearing.
Okay, oh no.
20?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You faintly hear it. And the strange thing is, it doesn't seem to be coming from anywhere around you. It's almost like it's coming from inside of your head internally. You faintly hear the sound of a voice going, "Run, you idiot! Run!"
I'm trying to.
You respond.
Stuck.
Okay.
Because I'm stuck in the hedges, right?
No. There's a path. You're in a maze. You're in a maze.
I thought you said I'm stuck in between the hedges. I'm in the hedges. Yeah.
No, I mean there's a path. There's actually a path forward from where you woke up and behind you from where you woke up. So you can follow a path. And if you do, let me know which one you choose.
I think so. He's going to put one hand on, I'm pretty sure it's like the left hand of the wall, and then just try to run the maze.
Sure. You'll start to run the maze. As you are running through the maze, you start with a 20. I'll keep your 20 perception hearing. You start to hear the sounds of other footsteps nearby. What do you do?
What do they sound like?
It sounds like bramble or branches snapping as somebody else is, you presume, also going through this hedge maze.
No, I'm gonna listen to the voice in my head and just keep running.
Okay, you're gonna keep running. Eventually, you will start to hear the sound of a weed whacker right behind you.
I just look really quickly behind me.
You look quickly, but you don't see anyone behind you, but you clearly can hear something from that general direction. And it's... whoever it is moving pretty quickly.
Is there something I can do to try to solve the maze really quickly to get out?
Sure!
Would it just be like a general intellect check?
Yeah, let's do an intellect check. Alright, 10.
But I'm going to re-roll with the hero point.
Alright.
So if I roll under a 10, it will be plus 10.
Nice. Okay. So you are going to use your intellect to try to logic your way through this maze. And you are able to pretty successfully. You end up finding what looks like the exit of this maze. And as you're running towards it, you hear the sound of the weed whacker getting louder and louder and louder. You don't see him behind you or anywhere near you though, but somehow it's still getting louder and louder and louder. And right when you're about to reach several feet, maybe several yards from the exit, this big giant weed whacker pops out through the hedges in front of you, and this hulking, massive creature busts through the hedges relatively effortlessly, and he's now blocking your way and is now like brandishing the weed whacker in front of you. What do you do?
So I have a feat called Ritualist, but I'm going to just do basic kind of magic. So can I just do a magic check to kind of just like do something to very distract the guy and just kind of like go past?
Sure.
I know he's really big, but I assume
Yeah.
he's much bigger than me.
What is your plan?
So my plan is basically fire, smoke, puff in the air,
Okay.
and then just go past them.
Sure. Roll your magic roll. Just let's make sure you succeed. Yeah. All right. So you'll create. Is this actual fire or is it illusionary?
I'll say it's a little bit of like actual fire.
Okay.
Like actual fire.
And you're setting not him specifically, but like the space in front of him with fire?
Yeah, so kind of just like in front of him or like next to him.
Okay.
Really next to him to just distract him, but
Okay.
get around him.
Yeah. So you seem to have succeeded in distracting him a bit. He pauses. You're gonna try to acrobatics your way past him. Now he is a massive dude, so I will ask you to roll an acrobatics not only to get past him easily, but also to dodge the fire that's in front of him as well. Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. I will say that with a 4, you try to brush past him. He ends up managing to grab a hold of you by, like, let's say by your sleeve. The flames start to light up in the bottom of your sweater, whatever your top is. And he seems to be very, very, like, ticked off at you. While this is happening, Tori. So I'm gonna say that you're passing by, and you know that Dr. Theodore has had a very good, successful business running his landscaping business. And he is very loyal to his customers when they ask him for service. But if he catches anyone trespassing on other people's lawns, he like takes it very seriously and sees them as a pest that needs to be eradicated. So
So I'm just walking by, seeing this happen.
you're probably walking by, driving by, however you want, but you're gonna witness Dr. Theodore. This is not very common. Like, maybe there's been 1 or 2 instances where he's found people trespassing at other people's places. The first time, the people were very grateful about it. But the second time, it was like somebody's cousin or something that was just visiting, and he just mistook it for a trespasser. So, you know,
Okay.
a little bit of a turbulent Yelp reviews there. Hit or miss on the Yelp reviews because of that.
I suppose Tori, yeah, she's probably driving by, sees what's going on, and puts her foot on the brakes. And I'd say she probably has like her dolls like
Sure.
belted in the car. Why not?
Sure. Cute.
And she'll honk the horn and roll down the window to get Dr. Theodore's attention.
Yeah. Dr. Theodore will immediately stop engaging with Gabriel. He'll still have him, like, he'll still have a hold of him tightly, but Dr. Theodore will definitely look towards your direction. His complexion will change slightly, and he'll just go, he'll just wave. What do you do?
Cool. So,
Help me!
Dr. Theodore, there's a rose bush back at my house that you didn't trim. Could you go take care of that for me, please?
He'll immediately drop Gabe where he is. He'll land. You'll probably still need to stop, drop, and roll to stop the fire.
Yeah.
And Dr. Theodore will just start to walk. He doesn't have a car. He's just going to walk towards your house. I don't know how far away it is, but it'll probably take a while for him to get there.
Well, that bought you some time. Are you all right?
No. Where are we? Where in Arcadia are we?
Arcadia? Sorry.
Yeah, the city.
No, we're in California. We're on Earth.
Those words sound very foreign to you.
California? What? Ugh.
Yeah. Are you did he hit you in the head? Do I need to take you to a
No,
hospital?
he grabbed me. God damn,
Uh,
where's
for
my
the
halo?
for the people who haven't seen the Athenaeum campaign, can you tell everybody uh, a a high level summary of Tori and who she is, and also what she looks like now today?
Yeah, so Tori, she's she's a young teenage girl. She's about 18, almost 19 years old at this point. She's grown up a little bit since you've last seen her, but she still wears all black. So she's probably wearing like an all black jumpsuit. And her hair is still super long and kind of goes in front of her face like a really angsty teenager would. She spent a good deal of the campaign looking for her sister who went missing after she took her to a haunted house to try to uh, just really do some exploring, but then kind of stumbled upon this old woman who gifted her with some voodoo type of magic, but in doing so, cast her sister away to somewhere, couldn't find her, but ended up finding her sister back here in this world, but it was at great cost. She ended up dying because Dr. Theodore killed her. um, so yeah, and then she was a ghost for most of the campaign. Struggled with a lot of guilt, and she ended up uh, reviving herself with a one up that she got from the video game world. Um, and grappled with what to do with it, whether to use it on herself or save somebody else with it. But she did end up choosing to use it on herself.
Yep.
So that's probably a good synopsis.
Okay. Unpause.
uh, so yeah, she'll hop out of her car and go over to Gabriel to help him up.
Can I just like turn off the fire I made? Like the stuff
Yes.
I made.
Yes, you
So
can.
Gabe just kind of like waves his hands, and the fire that was in the maze just
So,
disappears.
yes, so Tori will immediately recognize, hey, this dude can cast magic. That's unusual.
How did you do that?
Well, I study a little bit of wizardry. I'm more of an artificer myself, but I know a little bit of the wizard arts.
Wizard arts, like it sounds like Dungeons and Dragons or something.
What is
It
that?
doesn't sound familiar to her.
I mean, there
Well,
are dragons where I come from, but like they're very rare.
dragons.
Yeah.
I I can cast. Well, yeah, I can cast magic like that too with my dolls, but it usually doesn't work here. How did you manage to do that?
I it's intelligence. You just gotta know how it works. Although my other stuff ain't working. I can't summon my wings. I can't heal. No light. Hey, hold on. And he tries to like reach up, and he's like, I don't have my halo.
Are
I'll
you an
let
angel?
I'll let Tori decide if when Gabe said, "Oh yeah, it's just intelligence. You just have to know how it works." If you
Oh
take
yeah,
if you
she's
take
like,
offense if you take offense
oh
to that
yeah,
or not.
she's like, screw this guy in her head, but she doesn't say it out loud. um, okay, whatever. You're an angel or something.
No, no, no. I'm an Asimar.
What?
We're mortals with celestial blood. Although my mom's half an angel. Well, I'm half an angel. My mom's an angel.
Got it. Um, did you? Well, is this like a fallen angel situation? Did you fall from the sky?
Oh no, I've never been to the celestial planes before,
What
or
kind
any
of
of them.
angel hasn't been to the sky? I don't.
Well,
Usually all.
the sky. Most angels are in like the higher planes. I mean, I don't know if my mom's from the higher planes because of what she does, but like that's the whole thing. I live here. I'm mortal.
Huh. The last time I encountered someone really weird, I wonder if
What's
this
up
is
with
one
the
of those
weird thing?
situations. Are you from a storybook?
Oh, what?
Like a book? Have you ever read a story?
Yeah, no, I've read a story before. What do you mean from a storybook?
Like I'm from a book called Maldevere Manor. Um, and this is all supposedly not real, but it feels real to me. um, but technically, we are inside of a book right now, inside of a library that was written by someone named Dan the Man, who is in the real Athenaeum Library. So, yes,
So
uh, that's a story.
so both of you basically think the other person is totally crazy, totally
Yes.
I
crazy.
mean,
Both of your stories are like, what?
the only reason why Gabe is like listening to it because he's spent like the campaign trying to yell at the video game people that they are part of a video game. So he's just trying to keep some open mind. Goes, uh, well, I don't know if I'm part of a storybook. I mean, is this just different? Is this one of the different realms?
uh, I
Like
mean, this is, I don't know if it's a realm. It's just, this is my world. It's part of a story.
you,
Um, it's associated with a lot of scary, paranormal, horror kind of stuff. A lot of weird things happen in my world that you can't really explain.
I horror? Is your book a horror book?
Yes. Yes.
I was being yelled at the run, and it was
Oh, maybe
really
that was the maybe that was I that could have been like, you know, when you watch a horror movie and you're yelling at the person to get the hell out of the cabin and they don't listen to you.
yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Okay. Well, we were investigating something in my dad's head. Uh, for us, someone I know did their breath weapon, shattered reality, and now a giant book attacked me or absorbed me.
A book.
So,
See, isn't it starting to make sense now?
yeah. You ever heard of Vita?
No. What's Vita?
Oh, well, I thought it was just a video game, but it's like realistic VR. Like you lay down somewhere and you dive into the game.
Oh, we have like an Oculus. It's like this headgear you put on, but I don't think that's quite the same thing. What you're talking about sounds much more immersive.
Yeah, and Hark, I'm gonna look at my phone. What like do I seem to have like are like the pictures have changed for the world as well? Or is it more like
So your phone is now more in line with what a typical Californian would have in this time frame. So you're from the quote unquote distant future a little bit, so it is a little bit less up to date than what you're used to. As for your contacts, um, a lot of your contacts are still there, but you can certainly try to call one of them if
it's
you
more
want.
like pictures. So like for example, do if I look at the pictures, are the pictures changed or are they like actually what I remember them?
Yeah. So it's weird because if you pull up your photos, yes, your pictures are still there, but everyone in them looks very different. Nobody looks non-human, basically. Everyone looks human.
What the hell? First off, why do we have these dinosaur phones? These are fossils even when my dad was a kid.
These are the latest model. What are you talking about?
And two,
This is the new iPhone. Like
the what phone?
iPhone.
Well, and also, and like I say, he's just scrolling through all his pictures. He's like, what the hell?
You know, this did happen before. I in a weird way, I came across a group of people in that library I mentioned to you, and they came from all sorts of different worlds. I mean, I was talking to like a Pitsy Fairy guy. His name's
Well, that's normal.
Star. Well, it was weird to me. Um, there was Frankie. He was kind of created, like kind of like a Frankenstein kind of guy from like different body parts to create a person. Um, there was Black Powder. He was a pirate from hundreds of years ago, in more of like a fantasy kind of world with crazy creatures and sailing the seas. A video game character. Video game.
Oh, I'm a game designer.
Oh, okay. I think it's been very popular here.
Well,
And then of course, who did I forget? Uh, Sue from the food world. Sorry, what was her world called again?
It's basically like the comic book world.
The comic book world, yes.
Yeah.
So
comic book superhero comic book world.
superhero, yes. And then I think I missed Sam's world, which was back in the 1930s.
that's real old.
Yes.
Um,
So
is
we
there a
came
way
from
to-
all different places.
is there a way to get out of here?
Yes, there is. Do I happen to just keep my bookmark with me, Hark, or is it like?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have it. You can jump
So-
wherever you want, if you think it's you need to.
I mean, I can pull up my book. I'll pull out my bookmark, which has like a little ghost
Yep.
figurine on it, and
basically that bookmark takes you to the library, your home base.
Can I do a
And from
magic
there
check
you can
on-
go in any of the other worlds you've unlocked. You want to do a magic check?
Yeah, on the bookmark.
Go ahead, roll a magic check.
Let's see if I know. 35, nat
Okay.
20. I keep
Okay.
making nat 20s on magic
Nice.
checks.
Wow.
Hark.
So you for sure notice that this is very powerful magic. Magic that is pretty much like beyond the scope of your understanding, because it literally is magic that lets you traverse a multiverse of sorts, which is very advanced, next level stuff. The other thing I will say with a natural 20 is that you notice something from Tori herself. She is, as a part angel of death, you notice that Tori, her soul is death scarred, meaning that Tori had essentially lost her life at some point and somehow was able to restore it again. And for all intents and purposes, she's fine the way she was before, but it does leave like a scar on her soul. If you do that, I don't think it's anything necessarily like worrisome or troublesome, but it's just something that you notice now on her.
I'll say at first you look at the bookmark and you just he starts like just basically muttering to himself about all the magical properties of the bookmark, just like, okay, this is that. And then he goes, wait, did you die?
How do you know that?
Your soul's scarred.
You can see my soul?
I mean, I guess it's the territory. I never met someone who's died before, but actually, no, I have one other, but I mean, I guess it comes with the territory of my mother's domain.
Huh. That's a really cool trick you angels have. Or ASMRs, sorry. I don't know if that's offensive.
Well, first off, not all ASMRs are part angels. And two, not all angels, I don't think all angels could do this. It's because my mother is an angel of death. She's related to the death domain. So I can...
Angel of death.
Yeah. So
Huh.
But you don't look... But I assume it doesn't look like a cleric resurrector or anything, Hark. I assume it looks like a different kind of resurrection.
Yeah.
No cleric resurrect you? So no...
No. Yeah, so to answer your question, yes, I did die. Here. Actually, that guy that was about to kill you, almost, he killed me.
No cleric. It was a golden eggplant. A large golden eggplant.
Does this world also let serial killers just free too?
Oh, he's fine now. He just, he's really invested in his business. He's like a gardener. So I think you were just trespassing at his hedge maze that he was trimming up.
Apparently, they have a rehabilitation program here as well. Apparently.
But he still tried to murder me.
Well, yeah, you were in his hedge maze.
At least you're not paying me to to have a serial killer in your house.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's a whole thing that my company is doing. They're working with the Swords faction, which is like imagine them as like the cops and everything, and they were working on this rehabilitation program with Vita, which is the thing I work with. So they figured they would give them to me because, one, I'm a hard worker, and two, apparently, since I'm an Aasimar, I'm touched by the gods. So.
Well, I mean, kind of weird to have a serial killer live with you, but I assume you're all right because you're here.
Well, yeah, he only murders old people.
What?
Yes, he is known as the Chronology Killer. He murdered he used to murder old people. I don't think he can do it now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So.
Tori's like,
okay.
I hope we don't end up meeting him.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're safe and he's not here. But yeah, I did get resurrected in a way, but it was actually I went to that video game world I told you about, the fill in the name here. And found a golden eggplant and used that to give myself another chance at life.
I mean, as long as I assume that's a good way to get a life back. They don't like it if you try to fudge the system too much. I think clerics get away with it because it's a god resurrecting someone, but they don't like it when people like fudge the system.
They like Vita?
No, like gods and stuff.
Oh.
Like there's a whole system of death and whatever. I haven't been able to talk to them. They don't talk to me. Unlike other Aasimars, they don't talk to me.
Okay.
On a important note, I gotta get out of here because
right. I have the bookmark.
Yeah, because look, I don't know what happened to the other guys, and I really need to go and help them out. Cade literally just got a giant robotic minotaur.
Whoa.
And I don't know. Well, thank you. I helped them build it, but hopefully the safety features still work in other worlds. So.
Well, we'll use this to get back to the library, and maybe we can find your book somewhere in the library. You said your world is Arcadia. Maybe there's a book called Arcadia somewhere.
Well, our world's not really Arcadia. That's our city.
Arcadia. Okay. Well, if there's any I don't know. What's your world called?
Eden.
Eden. Okay. Well, maybe we can find a book in the Athenaeum called Eden, and that will get you back to your friends, and we'll be back on our way.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay. Hang on. Just let me go get my dolls out of the car. I might need them.
Your dolls?
Yes. They go. Well, I kind of kept them in the dollhouse when I was going off to college, but I kind of take them with me everywhere I go, especially when I'm leaving my own realm.
Okay. Like, it's just surprising. Like, my own daughter had dolls. It's just that when she got older, she stopped playing with them.
Oh, you have kids?
Yeah, I have two. I have, they're twins. And
How old
I showed
are they?
them. Oh, they're 17, and I show her a picture of Raph and Angie, and he's like, yeah, but they don't look, don't normally look like this. They look way different.
Yeah, you'll show them, and they're good-looking kids. I mean, their mom is a tiefling, but their dad is an Asimar, so they seem like cool kids that you would see in your high school.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you hang out with your kids a lot?
That's a complicated answer. That's a complicated question that has a complicated answer.
Right. See, I can maybe you don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. But it's weird seeing them like this. Like, Raph doesn't have his horn. Angie doesn't have her halo horns. It's so weird seeing them like this.
Yeah. Hark, would you say they look just human, pretty much? Yeah.
They look human. Yeah,
Yeah.
they look human. Perfectly human.
They look just like me. They look like humans.
Well, I mean, this is really weird for me to see it because they're half Asimar, half tieflings.
Tiefling.
Oh, tieflings are usually like half more like usually half mortal, half demonic creature. So either like a demon, devil, some sort of lower planar things.
I've seen a lot of demonic things here, so that's not too unusual.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let me go get my dolls, and
Yeah.
we'll be on our way. But I want to hear more about your kids.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's Angie and that's Raphael there.
And as you're explaining, she's getting her dolls out of her car, and what you'll see is like basically popsicle stick dolls that she made over the years. They look a little worn, like she's had them for a very long time. And so she's got quite a few dolls in there. And then because whenever there's somebody that comes into the group, she kind of notices that there's another doll there. She's like, I don't know how he got in here. We must have pitched up a hitchhiker without me knowing. And she'll pick up this one, which is supposed to be Gabe. But
I love it. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Oh,
the blood splattered lab coat.
So does it look like Gabe when he's out, not in the horror?
When he's not in this horror world, yeah. But it's like a horror version.
He looks and goes, and because Gabe's not in his like lab coat, goes, "Is this one me?"
I don't know. Do you have blonde hair normally?
Yeah. Blonde hair. I hate this outfit I'm wearing. He points to his suit.
Yeah. This must be you then. You do not look anything like this guy, though.
Well, yes. Hold on a moment. I'm gonna cast my spell. Hold on, I have to. Yeah, it still succeeds because I have to be a 14. So I assume there's no normal indication, but I know there's now an indication in this world. Maybe there's like a deeper tone.
So,
but
yeah.
Here you go.
Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
He's gonna go, "Where did you come from?" as he talks to the doll.
The creature will whisper back in your voice, in Gabe's voice, but in a hoarse whisper, will say, "From the lower realms."
From the lower realms? Did my ex-wife put you up to this?
Tori will hear Gabe say ex-wife, which makes you think, okay, so he's divorced, like your parents were separated too.
My family's divorced too, which can make things really complicated.
This thing's demonic.
Yeah.
It just told me it's demonic.
Right. She says it like it's totally normal.
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
Are all you guys from the lower realms? As he turns like the whole group to all the dolls.
All the dolls. Tori doesn't notice this, but Gabe notices that all the dolls slightly turn their heads towards your direction as a popsicle stick, and they all they all hiss at you, like as if they don't like you, like a cat hissing at something that they don't like.
Well, I'm guessing you could tell I'm an angel. Or half angel.
They talk to you?
Yeah, no, they just hissed at me.
I would
Have a
sleep with one eye open if I were you.
Was
The
that coming
Gabe
from
doll
Mini
says.
Gabe?
The Gabe doll says, I would sleep with one eye open if I were you.
Why, you damn popsicle stick. Yeah, no, I could talk to them. I have a spell that allows me to talk to inanimate objects, technology. And he points to his watch. My watch allows me to talk to speak to any intelligent creature or intelligent person.
Talk to objects. That sounds very familiar, Tori.
That does. Yeah. Oh, well, I have this really cool artifact I picked up here. These googly eyes. I basically put them on objects and it makes them sentient. It's pretty cool.
Like I said, I could just kind of talk to them,
Huh.
and they talk back.
It's cool that you don't need googly eyes.
No, it's a wizard spell I created.
What do we have to do to make you shut up then?
Quiet, popsicle man.
Hiss!
I can't hear that. I'm just gonna tell my dolls, like, hey, this is our friend Gabe. He's gonna be traveling with us to Athenaeum, so make him feel really welcome.
The dolls remain stationary, but the Gabriel doll's head spins around, like turns around, like Exorcist style.
That's about right.
Are they always like hate filled towards everyone?
What do you mean? They're my friends.
They're hissing at me and telling me to sleep with one eye open.
I think you're making stuff up now. My dolls would never do that.
Emily's like, not my children. My children would never do that. As somebody who's married to a teacher, like I hear stories about that. Not my kid. They're perfectly well behaved at home. I don't know what you're doing wrong at school. They're perfectly well behaved.
Right. Maybe they just don't like me because I have celestial blood.
Yeah, maybe because you said they're demonic. So I don't think demons really like angels, right?
But you guys have magic here then.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't always work, but here I can give it a try, and I'll try to like create some flame in my hand after I wave one of my Tori doll.
Oh, and I'm gonna do a magic check on Tori to see what kind of magic she's wielding.
Sure.
Because I know there's 21.
Yeah, I mean, Tori's magic is demonic in nature, so you can kind of see Tori as a warlock, essentially.
Did you make a pact with someone?
Yeah, technically.
Oh, so you're a warlock. I get it.
Yeah, this long story. Old hag in a mansion. She offered me some powers, and I just kind of blindly said yes. And but I killed her now, so
yeah.
but I get to keep the magic. It's kind of cool.
Hags are usually fake creatures, but I imagine that's a change in here.
Yeah, I think she was a demon. I can't remember out of character.
That would do it. Like I said, there's different forms of magic where I come from. There's warlocks, which I guess you are, where it's someone who gets their magic from signing a contract with a higher being. We got clerics who get their clerics and paladins that get divine magic from their faith. We got bards. They usually do musical singing. We have sorcerers. They get it. I mean, I never met them. Sorcerers, they get it from their birth blood, or wizards, which get them through study, or technically the last one would be artificers, but we're kind of like wizards, but we make things.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all really cool. All right. Now about this bookmark. Are you ready? It's gonna feel a little weird.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Okay, and so she'll try to activate the bookmark.
Yep. You will activate the bookmark very easily. And Gabe, it will feel, for all you Harry Potter fans out there, it'll feel very much like traveling by portkey like it almost feels like you're being pulled by the navel. Not the most comfortable thing in the world for Tori. She's used to this by now, but you eventually will see a big flash of light as you leave a storybook and then end up in what appears to be some sort of extra-dimensional space, like extra-dimensional pocket of space. And it is a very impressive-looking library that is super well furnished. There's like a living room full of like with a fireplace and a bookshelf and an entertainment center. There's a karaoke like section. There's a kitchen, a full huge state-of-the-art kitchen. There's a pool. There's a billiards table. There's a luxury bathroom that includes a sauna, etc., etc. So this
Also,
is very cushy.
I also look like it myself now, right?
Yes. You also transform back to how you normally look like.
Okay. Now you look a lot more like the doll.
Yeah, and I assume I'm just going to like easily lay on hands and just heal my like basic wounds, or not actual wounds on game, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually touch myself and just heal.
Sure. Yes, you can do that.
Wow, what is this place?
It's very similar. What he does to himself is very similar to how Star does it.
Oh. You and my friend Star should talk. He's probably really busy in his world right now, but what you just did there, Star can do too.
Oh, the bard.
Yeah, he's like a cleric bard.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the Athenaeum. This is where we are. So if I look around, I'm gonna like try to find my book off the shelf and pull it out.
Yep, very easily.
And flip through the pages to where we just kind of met up.
And you will
like,
you will clearly see in the book, there's pictures in it too. It's an illustrated book. You will clearly see a picture of Gabe on fire with Dr. Theodore and Tori rescuing Gabe.
Yeah, this is the part where you trespassed at the hedge maze, and then this is when we pulled out the bookmark, and this is when you met the dolls. So this is all part of a story.
Wow. And then, like I said, Gabe like checks his phone again, and I assume my phone is now the futuristic kind of phone.
Mm-hmm. It's a futuristic kind of phone. Yep.
And I show a projection of a hologram, and it goes, and everything's back to normal. And I show the projection of his kids, which look like this.
Yep. Their kids look like they normally are now.
Oh. They do look kind of demonic, but they look cool. I would love to hang out with them.
Interesting mix of half demon, half angel.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's an interesting mix.
I would hang out with them for sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure Raph would appreciate that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Thank you. I should get you something really quickly.
What? Get me what?
Well, and question: does Tori have the popsicle sticks to make the
I'm assuming she has them on her. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Like for emergency dolls that she needs.
I'm going to. Can I make
break this glass for an emergency doll? Break the glass.
I'm going to use my artificing stuff to make her a magical one. The
sure.
Safe.
Sure.
So hold on.
So are you asking her for a popsicle stick?
Yes, I'm like, oh yes, can I have some popsicle sticks?
Oh yeah. And she just pulls it out of her bag. And she always has like a good steady supply if she needs it.
So I will need 26.
Nice. Okay, so you enchanted this popsicle stick. I have something in mind, but I don't know if you had anything specific in mind.
Oh no, I didn't. I just imagine you just see him like chant something in Celestial, and you start seeing the him build it, but also it glow. And it's almost put together.
It's an interesting mix of magic and science, magic and tech together. So it's like part Minority Report, part Doctor Strange, if you can picture that. And he will transform the popsicle stick to look like what? I'm just curious.
He'll tell you. He goes, What is someone that when you think about them makes you feel most protected and safe?
Ooh. Oh, there's a lot of people that do that.